Hello again, Ruben.
Hi.
In terms of the team, we saw the training footage the other day of certain players returning. Will they be, or who will be available for the match tomorrow?
Luke is not ready yet. We are starting doing some drills with the team, but we are building Luke. Mason Mount is feeling better, but he was already on the bench on the last game. I think Kobe is almost returning also, but he's not ready for this game. Johnny Evans is recovering. Aiden is recovering. Who else? Leach is out, like you know that. I think that's it.
There's Maguire and Euro.
Yeah, Maguire is also ready to go to the game.
And Euro as well.
Euro, yes.
And with Aiden, obviously there was a lot of concern when he went down. How severe does that look
No,
now?
was not so serious. So he's recovering. He's not ready to play, but he's going to return this season for sure.
You went into the break probably on the best little run that you'd had. Does that mean that you can pick up where you left off with the players that are coming back? Are you confident about this kind of period of the season, more confident than you've been?
I think yes, you can say that. I'm really confident. I feel that the players are more confident. The energy is different, but I also know that this could change with the results. So we are focused on maintaining the energy. We worked on some things that we have a lot to improve. Even winning the games, we can acknowledge that we have a lot to improve. But we are in a different moment, more confident and ready for this final 2 months of the season.
What targets do you set? I mean, obviously, you want to win the Europa League. I don't know what you're looking at the league. You might have a trip after the league season's finished. But what targets are you setting?
I don't know which place we are going to finish, but we are looking up and we want to win games. And in this, we have still matches to finish in a different position. Like you said before, we are with more confidence, so we are looking up and we want to win games, and that is our focus in the moment.
Ruben, how key could it be getting those players back as well? Because just looking at the schedule, obviously Forest tomorrow, then it's City on Sunday, Lyon the first leg, Newcastle away, and then the second leg against Lyon. So it's a really busy schedule for you once again, with so much still to be achieved. And
I think it's also really exciting because really tough matches, but we already had in the last weeks we had that kind of schedule. With less players, so it's really important to have all the players available for them to fight, for us to rotate during matches, and different characteristics give us different opportunities to win football matches. But I think it's a very good moment in our season. I know that we will have at least three games in Premier League now that are really tough, but I think the team is prepared to face that games, and also the Europa League is a key point for us in this final run.
I also appreciate he's not with you, but Marcus Rashford obviously said that he's getting fitter. He feels he's playing better now as well. What are you seeing from him, and are you impressed by what you're seeing? And also, if he's to continue that improvement, what impact could that have on your thinking when it comes to what happens with him?
Like you said, we have a lot of games to play, and I'm focused on my team and my players. And Rashford is not my player at the moment, but every player that performs well on loan is a good news for our club. So we are happy with that.
Sure. Nuno's doing a very good job at Forest. Is he somebody you know that you've come across? What do you think of what he's doing there?
I'm not. First of all, I'm not surprised because I know the work that he did in Portugal, in Spain. I know that he did really well here with Wolves. He went to Tottenham. He started really well, and then things happen. But I'm not surprised, and I know that he's a top manager, and you feel it in the team, the environment that they have. When you see their team, his team play, you can see the energy. They are so happy. They have mobility. So, like I said in the beginning, I'm not surprised he's a top manager.
course, they played 120 minutes on Saturday evening, and you haven't played for 14, 15 days. Will that be a factor on?
I don't know. Of course, Nuno will say that it was better to have more time to prepare the game, and I can say that there's a long time in the good moment without games. But they played that cup stage. They won, and that is really important to recover players. So the environment will be really nice. They are doing amazing, and we want to continue to win games.
Paul Scholes claims Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Man United's owners are begging for financing to build new stadium as club legend warns fans not to be gullible. Paul Scholes has slammed Manchester United by claiming the club is begging a little financially, despite having been known for many years as one of the richest clubs in football. Man United announced plans last week to build a brand new €2 billion, 100,000-seater stadium to bring the club into the future, with a new ground having long been discussed by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. But it comes at a time when morale around the club is low, with United struggling down in 13th place in the Premier League and struggling for any consistency or form in the early stages of the Ruben Amorim era. Worse still, Ratcliffe himself gave an interview last week slamming 5 of his own players for being not good enough or overpaid by United. For Scholes, though, there is clearly a level of doubt surrounding whether what has been promised will actually be delivered, advocating caution from fans in their optimism. You can be gullible at times, and believe what Sir Jim Ratcliffe says, just because you've never heard anyone say anything before, said Scholes, speaking on the Overlap fan debate, brought to you by Sky Bet. Paul Scholes has warned fans not to be gullible and suggested that Man United are begging Sir Jim Ratcliffe's bid to improve the club's financials saw season ticket prices increased again. You don't know how realistic it is, it's all up in the air. Words are cheap, and we could say anything about anyone. You can say in 10 years we'll have the biggest and best stadium in the world, you can say anything. For a long time, we've been called the richest club in the world, but I feel like we're begging a little coming out and asking for the stadium and that we need €2 billion and selling players to buy players. United plan to pay for the stadium, and elements that benefit them directly, but are relying on public funding for the rest of the project and wider regeneration of the Old Trafford area, with Chancellor Rachel Reeves backing the plans. Ratcliffe's time at the club, just over a year, has been characterized by cuts and cost-cutting measures as the new part owner looks to strengthen the financial situation at Old Trafford. One such topic that has proven to be an increasingly thorny topic is the club's ticket pricing. It was revealed earlier this week that season ticket prices would go up again for 2025-26. The club believe the increase of roughly €2.50 per game is close to the levels of inflation and reflects their rising costs which they cannot continue to absorb. But the Manchester United Supporters Trust said they were disappointed that the club ignored calls to freeze all prices. Must raised concerns over plans to relocate fans sitting behind the dugouts at Old Trafford and sell their seats at higher prices in a new VIP area, and also charge non-season ticket holders more for premium games using a match categorization model. They also challenged United over an increase in the season ticket holder minimum usage requirement to 16 of the 19 Premier League games, the decision to impose a €10 charge on fans selling their tickets back to the club less than 2 weeks before the game, and a 15% increase in car parking charges. United Chief Executive Omar Barada said, "We appreciate the loyal and patient support of our fans, and particularly our season ticket holders who represent the core of our match-going support base. We understand the importance of their backing for the team and have worked hard to come up with a pricing package that is fair and reasonable. After 11 consecutive years of price freezes, we increased prices by 5% for the past 2 seasons and intend to do the same for next season to offset continued rises in operating costs. We understand that any price rise is unwelcome, especially during a period of underperformance on the pitch, and we listened carefully to the strong arguments put forward by the FAB Fans Advisory Board in favor of a freeze. However, the club has decided that it would not be right to keep prices unchanged while costs rise and the club continues to face financial issues."